A red glow flickered behind the metal bars. Sweat beaded on Fox's brow as he strained against the vault door, his breath ragged. Inside, Maya, nimble and quick, stuffed stacks of bills into a duffel bag, her eyes gleaming with manic excitement. Fox and Maya were adrenaline junkies, forever chasing the high of a perfectly executed heist. Tonight was City National Bank, their biggest score yet. But Fox craved more than just money. He craved the thrill, the feeling of defying authority. Maya, however, saw money as freedom, a ticket out of this life. The vault door groaned open, revealing stacks of crisp bills bathed in the red emergency lights. Maya, her eyes sparkling with a mix of exhilaration and desperation, stuffed them into a duffel bag with practiced ease. Fox, however, felt a now-familiar tug-of-war within him. The thrill of the heist, the defiance against authority, it was intoxicating. But a deeper yearning, a forgotten dream from his childhood, flickered in the back of his mind. They burst through the bank doors, alarms shattering the night silence. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder with each passing second. A stray bullet whizzed past Fox's ear, leaving a singed smell in its wake. Adrenaline surged through them as they sprinted through the deserted lobby, a trail of fluttering bills marking their path. Reaching the parking lot, they were met with a wall of flashing police lights. Panic surged through Fox. "Left!" he yelled, shoving the duffel bag into Maya's arms. But Maya hesitated, her eyes calculating, the familiar glint of defiance warring with a flicker of something new. They sprinted into the back alley, the familiar escape route a welcome sight. Sirens wailed in the distance, a menacing chorus. Their lungs burned, legs screaming in protest, but they pushed on, disappearing into the shadows. Days later, in a dingy motel room, the silence hung heavy between Fox and Maya. News reports blared on the TV, announcing a complete loss on the stolen money. Fox couldn't help but steal a glance at the worn Bible lying on the table, its presence a stark contrast to their usual loot. It brought back a flood of memories, of a skinny orphan, finding solace in the worn pews of a local church. Back then, he'd dreamt of becoming a doctor, of healing people. But life, it seemed, had a cruel way of twisting dreams. Stealing became his way of surviving, a way to secretly donate to the very church that had offered him warmth as a child.
"I almost ditched you with the bag,"
Maya finally admitted, her voice laced with a hint of regret that surprised him. Fox tensed.
"Why didn't you?"
She met his gaze, a new vulnerability in her eyes.
"The sirens, the chase. It wasn't the same thrill anymore. It felt empty."
A spark of hope, faint but undeniable, flickered in Fox's chest. "Maybe," he ventured, his voice rough.
"There's another way, a way to use our skills for something good."
The night air was crisp as they walked towards the food bank, not with bags filled with stolen cash, but with a newfound purpose. Stealing they wouldn't, but a little righteous redistribution? Maybe that was redemption enough.
"What we really stole back was ourselves."
He placed a hand on her shoulder, a silent promise of a different future. Redemption wasn't a clean path, but maybe, just maybe, they could find a new thrill, one that left a trail of hope in their wake.